Well, good evening, Scouters. Welcome. Tonight we're going to lay out our plans for the annual popcorn sale and our fall recruiting campaign. First, though, I want to thank you for taking time to be with us. Lou Holtz once said, "Show me someone who's done something worthwhile, and I'll show you someone who has overcome adversity." When it comes to scouting this year, we've certainly faced all kinds of adversity. The pandemic has made it almost impossible to conduct meetings, activities, and outings. Almost impossible. But together we have found ways to continue scouting. Our council was one of just 3 councils in the state, and there were 0 councils in Michigan and 0 councils in all of Indiana that opened their camps. And we completed 3 weeks of Scouts BSA summer camp and 4 days of Cub Scout camp, more than 500 youth participants, probably another 200 or 300 adult leaders, 40 staff. And today, 14 days after the last person left camp, I can officially announce that we did it all COVID-free, not a single case reported. I think that's something to be pretty proud of. We have a scout by the name of Gage in a troop over in Cambridge who took the time that he spent locked into his house. He taught himself to sew and sewed hundreds of masks for EMS, all kinds of first responders, nursing homes, teachers, anybody who wanted them, he was making masks for them. I saw units holding virtual campouts. I saw units doing Pinewood derbies spaced out over 2 and 3 days, so there were only a few people at a time. And I saw virtual crossover events. So you've been very creative, and I've been inspired by your dedication and persistence in trying to get scouting out to all of our scouts. So now we're looking forward to a great new program year. We've all adapted to masks and small groups and distancing at this point. We know we can do this. Our scouts are depending on us. But before we get into the details of the popcorn sale and the membership plan, I wanted to talk about your important role as a scout leader. You're a very respected adult in the lives of your scouts. In this time of isolation, we're hearing stories of scouts facing all kinds of hardships that they don't normally face and that we can't really understand in some cases. But around the country, we've had scouts, reporting to leaders about hardships at home, about wanting to hurt themselves, things like that. And I just want to make sure you understand how important it is that beyond just listening, you must report. You need to let their parents know if a child is depressed and talking about hurting themselves, and you should report it to me as the scout executive of our local council. I have all the links and contacts for child services and those kinds of things, and I will make sure that the appropriate authorities have an opportunity to provide support for that scout. With the right help, we know that they can overcome adversity. And with that, let's talk about how we're going to overcome a lot of adversity to have a successful popcorn sale. I'd like to introduce Jeff Pickett, our Assistant Scout Executive and Chief Guru of the popcorn sale. Jeff. I need to share the screen, sorry.
Yep. Thanks, Ed. We've got a lot of great things we're going to be covering. We hope to answer most of your questions as we go. If you have any questions, however, if you could write them down in the chat box, right down in the bottom center of your screen, there should be a place where you can click into chat, and then we'll come back to those and make sure that we've answered all the questions at the end. We've got a lot of information to cover, and we really want to make sure that we do get it all covered in a timely manner so that you can spend the rest of the evening with your family. So as it says on the screen there, welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be here tonight and learning about the popcorn sale. Obviously, this is the way that we fund our scouting adventure. It's the most significant fundraiser that we do, not only as a council, but also you as units. I want to go over a few things first and recognize some folks from last year. if you'll take a look at your screen there, pack 174 was our top selling pack in the council with $18,225 out of Ashport, Ohio. Pack 382 was right behind them. Pack 332 was behind them. 409 from West Lafayette, over $17,000. Pack 132 from South Zanesville, $16,000. 514 from Sarahsville, $12,000. 207 from Marietta, $11,600. 222 from Waterford, $11,000.
How do I go back?
Backspace. 257 from Somerset, $10,000. 510 from New Concord, $10,000. An average unit in our council sold $4,782. Now, let's take a look at what the units per scout sales were. Pack 409 had an average of over $1,000 per scout. 514 out of Sarahsville, $807 per scout. 332, Mount Vernon, $678. 122 pack out of Adamsville, $644. Now, right on down the line, you can see that our top 10 units had over almost $500 per scout. And our average scout sales per registered scout in the council was $256. Don't change yet, Ed. One thing I want you to notice about this screen and also the screen prior to this was that you got a lot of really, really small towns there. Towns like Byesville, Waterford, Adamsville, Sarahsville, you know. So whether you're in a super rural area or in, what we count as more urban around our council, you can make the scout sales successful. So a couple of facts here. We had over $400,000 in sales last year. That's a $281,000 return to scouting, both to the units and to the council. We had 84 of our units that participated in the sale and 880 scouts that sold popcorn last year. I think we all know that we're seeing fewer scouts right now participating. And so that's going to put even more of a focus on trying to make our goals on those who are participating. It is the single greatest way to earn your way. So how do we get scouts to participate? And we're going to talk about that as we go on here. As I said before, our average scout sold $256. Average unit was, or average per selling scout, so just the scouts that sold, $456. So if we can get them selling, we can really make a huge difference. Some improvements for 2020. Online orders. One of the biggest complaints that we had in prior years was when they got to that final screen that had the shipping on it. It was a big surprise, and a lot of folks said, I'm not going to do this. So now the shipping is included with every purchase. I'm not going to say that the shipping's free because the pricing is different, but it's built into the cost of the product, so there's no surprise at the checkout screen. There are increased product options available. There are some how-to videos on the system, and it's some improvements in the usability. There have been some packaging changes to provide more product and increased consumer perception. So the small caramel corn is now going to be in a color bag. It's going to have 25% more product in it, but it's no longer going to be in a tin. The sea salt is also going to be in a color bag, and it's going to have 50% more product to overcome that misperception of weight versus product volume. So scouts can conduct take order via digital scout orders and create a soft app on their phone to access from their handheld device automatically. And unlike some of the other popcorn companies, our vendor did not remove any product categories. I know there's one of the popcorn companies out there that is not even offering microwave product to the Scout sale. So, but we have not lost any SKUs. Take a look real quick at our timeline. August 1st, that's when the online sales begin. So we're already into that. Your Scouts can sign up right now and start selling to folks online. The unit show and sell orders are due September 2nd. The distribution of that product is going to be on September 19th. The official sales begin on September 25th. Blitz days this year are going to be October 1st, 8th, and 15th. That's when those Blitz forms are going to be due. That's a little different than last year in that those due dates are Thursdays, so then we can do the drawings on Fridays. You see in the big box there, October 31st. There's a lot of stuff going on October 31st. That's the last day of the sale. It's also when the show and sell returns are due. It's when show and sell payments are due, and that's a change this year as well. So we are asking, and because we have to pay for the product earlier this year, we are asking for folks to pay when they do their returns at the end of that sale for their show and sell product only. October 31st is also when the take orders are due, as well as your prize orders. So everyone should know what the Scouts chose for their prize by that point and should be able to get those all put into the system. Then we got about 3 weeks there, and we've got popcorn distribution on the 21st, and take order payment is due also on the 21st. So we're encouraging folks this year to collect the money up front, that way you can avoid having to track folks down with that money. You can see the product lineup. It's very similar to last year. We've kind of gone over a couple of the changes. We have discontinued the Cinnamon Crunch this year. And the other changes are the small caramel corn going into a bag, as well as the sea salt going into a bag. Same product lineup for show and sell, minus any of the chocolate products. So none of the chocolate items are available for show and sell. Commissions. Again, we will be starting off at a 25% base commission. And then, especially because of COVID this year and not having all the different kinds of meetings, et cetera, to be available, it's going to be straight commission based on performance. So if you'll remember, $256 was our average per scout in the council. $256. So if you sell if you sell 250, which is $6 less than that per average per scout, you'll make 30%. If your unit sales are 350 or more per scout, 32%, and 500 or more, 34%. And that's all based on July 31st membership. If you don't know what your registration numbers look like in July, you can either give me a call or talk to your district executive, and we can get you those numbers so you can know what your goal is going to be. So let's face it, 2020, as Ed said, has been very challenging, but we're not going to settle. We all fund our programs with this campaign, so we're going to have a solid plan to succeed, and units need to do that as well. So more than ever, we need to sell in all three ways. So the online portion, you can see what we've got there. Nothing different than what I've already said. Door-to-door sales and show and sell. And we don't really know what show and sell is going to look like. We don't know what stores are going to allow you to do, but we need to be creative and maybe do some drive-through. So, okay, online sales. Again, this is an amazing opportunity to grow the sales in a very safe manner. It allows us to expand our reach and conduct sales across the World Wide Web to a family that's far-flung that may still want to support your scouts. Show and sell. You know, we may be faced with fewer storefront opportunities, fewer participants, less foot traffic than we've seen in previous years, but we can still be successful. Let's have a plan. Contact those storefronts as soon as you can. Be mindful of social distancing and any of the state regulations as far as safety. Look at more and different locations for sales. As I mentioned before, maybe there's an area where you can do a drive-through opportunity where there's even less contact with the sellers. Set up and run properly. Display your products colorfully, like a store end cap would be set up. Have your scouts in their Class A field uniform. Don't put pricing on the boxes or signs. Keep the area clean. Do some things to draw attention to your area. We've always said before not to use signage, but this year we might need to have some signage. Maybe have your troop or pack flag there. Some things like that will draw attention. Maybe music, something that would draw attention to get folks to come over and check out what you're doing. There are some changes in the show and sell this year. We will be limiting the show and sell product to no more than 70% of last year's sale. That's to protect the council. It's to protect the unit. We cannot return any of the product back to the manufacturer. So we really need to be tight on inventory control. And then no more than 10% of show and sell product can be returned. That's a change as well. And then the last change is that the show and sell product must be paid for by October 31st. Take order. I think we all know that door-to-door sales probably net a higher sales value as we can control social distancing in a more comfortable manner. Coach your families and scouts to approach the houses in their block to start with. Promote a set presentation. The script that we have in the leader guide is a great presentation, and also to wear their Class A uniform properly so they're easily recognized. You might want to organize an effort to cover an entire neighborhood with your entire patrol or den or pack or troop. Can average about $200 to $400 per scout hour when you do that. And again, we are promoting to collect that money up front this year. Some important tips that we get from Michael Beck every year. You can kind of read those. Those are also in the leader guide. But the big thing is train your scouts to unleash their growth and their success. Taking a look at the prize program, you see the prizes there. Yeah, there. I was looking to see what your view was there. You can kind of see over my shoulder the prizes that we have this year in our prize display. That can be checked out for your unit kickoff. You can use that and really promote the sale with your unit. 2020 blitz drawings I already talked about. Any scout that fills up a full take order sheet or a full sales sheet can have their name entered into a drawing. We're going to do 3 drawings. The first week we're going to give away 10 $25 gift certificates to the scout shop. The 2 following weeks we're giving away 5 each week. So that'll be fun for them to be involved with. High achiever prizes. Scouts that sell at least $3,000 can choose from either a camping packet or a Visa debit gift card. Another thing is that they can do is any scout that sells at least $400 online will get a $10 Amazon gift card. So for every increment of $400 that they sell, they'll get an additional one. So achieving your goal for a great scouting program. Steps to success. Simple action items to have the best sale possible. I can't see who all's on there, but this is the point where I was going to let Jimmy Miller talk about how to do a kickoff and some of the incentives that his unit has done in the past.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
We
Yes,
can.
sir.
Okay, I'm using a mic that I don't usually use. For us, the kickoff was two things. It's got to be fun. We encouraged, we had games, food, and it's got to be informative. That was probably the biggest, most important part to me with our kickoff was the information. Whatever your plan is for the year, you should have that ready to hand out to the new parents or to the parents. And for Cubbies, you're going to have a lot of new parents. They're going to be confused anyway. So I sent Jeff an email late. I don't know if he can share the picture, but we always had a popcorn goal paper for the parents to look at, and it gave the expenses for the year. It showed what camp was going to cost, what registration was going to cost. We did our homework. So a few minutes ago, Jeff mentioned planning. That comes on the leaders and the adults in the unit. You've got to have all your planning done, have a game plan prior to the sales, and then show the parents. So we had that information already in hand, gave it to the parents, gave them any important documents they needed for the kickoff. And then you got to get the kids excited. A couple years, we had the Joneses come and do our kickoff for us. They had sample prizes from the prize sheet to show the kids. And then we started doing our own prizes as a unit, and we tiered it, much like the popcorn prizes. One year we did fishing poles. I think once they reached the third of the goal, they got a fishing pole. Once they got halfway to the goal, they got a tackle box to go with it. In the final, they met their goal, they got a tent. And I tell you, you got to calculate that so you don't eat up your own commission. But don't, if you do go that route, don't underestimate what a scout will do for a fishing pole. The first year we did that, we had, I think, 29 kids selling. These were Cub Scouts. I had to buy 27 fishing poles, half as many tackle boxes, and a handful of tents. So those are some of the samples of prizes we did over the years. Lanterns, anything they could use in scouting. That was what our prize list was. And then games to keep the kids entertained. You can only talk to them so long before they are going to lose interest to adults talking. So usually we kind of hit the high points the kids needed to know, the script, practicing knocking on doors. It covered the prizes, got them excited about that, and then I would usually pull the parents aside and explain the particulars. Now, our unit does individual accounts. Not everybody does that, to each his own, but that's where the goal sheet and the breakdown of what a year of scouting cost came into play. They can see it. It's an eye-opener to see it in black and white, and it's an eye-opener for them. And it really, that motivates your parents. You can get the kids excited, but you really got to motivate the parents to get them to take the kids out. That can be the biggest challenge. And the year we did that was when, probably 5 years ago, that's when Pack 409 started their sales. Willie went from a $400, less than $400 average per kid to apparently it was over 1,000 last year. So it works, but it's a little bit of homework for the parents. So any questions, Jeff or Ed can provide my email, and I'll try to answer that. So hopefully that's what you needed, Jeff.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, I can share that the document that you sent. I can post that onto the council's website with the leader guide and some of the other things that are already up there. Obviously, it's important for us to have a safe sale. Safety is paramount to all of our participants. We got to make sure we follow state and local and council guidelines. I think it's recommended as a best practice to have one adult handling all money transactions. Take a little extra time to train all those folks that are participating. Make sure you've got some extra masks there in case you don't have a scout that shows up with a mask. Hand sanitizer, that kind of stuff there. So just need to make sure that we're being safe. Jimmy talked about the kickoff. You share your plan, you communicate the goal, make it fun. Your kids don't want to be bored there. So have some games, like Jimmy said there, maybe some skits to emphasize the training. There's a Scout Campmaster Scout app that can be downloaded through the site, and I'll put the steps to do that on our website. so everybody can go there. It's super simple. It takes about 2 minutes to get it installed on your phone, and then Scouts can use that in addition to their take order form. Make sure Scouts are using the script that we've used for the past several years. Always remember that neighboring communities may not have Scouts, but they'd love to see you and to support you. Attitude affects your aptitude. Sell what we believe in. It's not just that we're selling popcorn. We're selling scouting. We're selling the adventure for the Scouts in your pack, your troop, and your venture crew. That Class A uniform represents scouting, so wear it well. If they use that suggested script, they don't have to think too much about what they need to say. One of the great things about the popcorn sale is that your Scouts are looking the adults that they're trying to sell this product to in the eye, and they're speaking directly to them. Show those customers respect, and they'll blow them away with what these Scouts are representing. Most of all, celebrate your participating in scouting, and that the Scouts earn their way. Jimmy talked about the importance of setting a goal for your unit kickoff. Again, this year we have the Pay Anywhere app that's available so that you can take credit cards. I'll post how to get that as well. There are no hidden fees. It's about 2.69% per swipe. So it's a way that folks that don't carry cash can still participate in the sale. One thing that we need help with is we need help locating a distribution site. So if you know of a warehouse, specifically in Muskingum County, that would be willing to work with us, they need to have two things. They need to have a loading dock, and they need to have a forklift, as well as space to store the product for about 2 or 3 days. So if you've got a contact person someplace that you could share with myself or with Ed, we would greatly appreciate that, because we are in dire need of a distribution site in order to facilitate the sale.
So with that, we crown him our official popcorn king. And before we move into membership, I want to give everybody an opportunity, if you have questions, to start typing them in the chat box. And when we're finished, we will try to answer as many questions as possible. I'll also let you know we're recording this, and to the extent possible, we'll get a link to that recording up on our website. There's a popcorn leader guide that will be distributed at your district popcorn kickoffs, and that is also available right now on the website, along with some other information that you'll hear tonight. I just want to thank Jimmy. I don't know that he got the best introduction as far as who he really is, but he took a Cub Scout pack that wasn't doing a lot in the way of popcorn, and just through sheer energy and enthusiasm, as you heard, his Scouts are selling over $1,000 a Scout. And it really, I don't know that they have to do any more work as leaders. They just have to be energetic and have a real plan. So I strongly encourage you to go get that leader guide off the website, be at your district kickoffs for all the other information. Samples of popcorn will be available.
Door prizes.
You can see the prizes, a display of the prizes that boys and girls be able to pick. So you want to be at your district kickoffs for those things, and hit the website mvcbsa.org for the leader guide and the details on this information. Jeff's always available, 740-453-0571. Call anytime, and you can call me and I will transfer you to Jeff, because he's the expert. All right, so if you have questions, put them in the chat box. We're going to be looking at those and trying to answer those at the end, but we want to switch right now to stay on track to our fall recruiting plan. And we have Tracy Sappel, the Council Vice President of Membership, here. Oh, we're gonna start with a video, you're right. We want you all to see this video where we're here with that. All right. We are totally technologically on track.
You can type that in there if you want. Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Could still be something.
All right.
Still a valuable tool.
So check out this video for scouts in the classroom. Go ahead, control click. Yep. Is ready to do the same with that.
Hi friends, my name's Kevin and we're here today to talk to you guys all about an exciting program called Cub Scouts. And we want to find out all the fun things that we do in Cub Scouts are fun things that you'd like to do as well.
I don't know how many of you have ever heard of Cub Scouts before. Did you know that Cub Scouts is for boys and girls?
In fact, I just signed my daughter up to be a Cub Scout. And I was a Cub Scout when I was little.
We're giving you all the information so that you can join us in Cub Scouts.
What's that?
A lot of our things
You guys aren't seeing it?
great outdoors, so we do things like going on hikes in the woods.
I don't know if you guys like to play games, but we like to play games here in the Cub Scouts. Doing crafts together. I know so many of you have got to.
Okay, apparently we're finding out some people can't see this. Can you give us a thumbs up if you're actually seeing the video? Anybody? Nope. Okay, well, we will skip the video. I can tell you that it is available on the on our website. There's a link, and I know that works. So I'm not sure why we're not able to show it to you tonight.
You have to share the video screen.
But it's a really great video that talks directly to kids in the classroom.
It's still
And
sharing PowerPoint, that's why.
And so with that, I'm going to turn it. Why did it go backwards? Hang on a second. All right. I don't know why it's.
Fall recruiting, yay.
And there's Tracy.
Hello. For anybody who doesn't know, my name is Tracy Saffel. I'm the council membership and marketing chair. And we're going to talk about fall recruiting. So unique challenges this year for sure, but I think we have some outstanding opportunities to find some creative ways maybe to reach our scouts or potential scouts, that is. Recruiting will be different. There's definitely some changes. I think we can rise to the challenge. I know I believe in the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, and I think that everybody on this call is here because you believe it as well. We just have to find a way to get that positive message out to our potential families and make sure that we give them a meaningful invitation this year to join Scouts. You guys are our best marketing resource, okay? You're the best salespeople that we have. Be sure you are inviting all of your friends who are not in Scouts yet. They need to know what kind of fun you're having, and we'll talk about some other ways that we can do that. So school outreach. So in June, I actually began sending monthly outreach emails to our elementary school principals and our school district superintendents. And they were really just a way to just kind of share a positive message of scouting to our school administrators. And I will be continue to do that every month. In that, I actually use some Cub Scout parent testimonials, and I will be asking for some more of those coming up shortly. We also have the Adopt a School program. I know I've talked about this before, but it's really important that we create some positive relationships with our schools, and the Adopt a School program is a great way to do that. What this is reach out to your schools and ask them what you can do as a unit to do a service project for the school. Maybe it's, I know in past units have like painted handrails or painted other parts of the building or provided flower beds. So just a nice little service project goes a long way. And especially at the Cub Scout age, they love doing this for their school. Oh, this is where we were supposed to show the video. So be prepared this year for online recruitment and registration. Now more than ever, people are doing things online and not in person. So we need to make sure that we are prepared for that. Have you searched for your unit on BScout.org recently? National BSA is providing some money for Google Ads for BScout.org. So if you Google scouting near me, the first thing that should come up is a BScout.org paid ad from National BSA. And I did this yesterday. The first thing that came up was a Google ad, and it led us right to, it was talking about more of the Scouts BSA age, but it led us right to that. I would think probably next month it'll transition over into the younger Cub Scout age. But that's what our potential parents, new parents, are looking at. They're looking at, online. So let's make sure that we have our pins updated. Are you set up to take online inquiries? Do you know how to answer them if you do get an inquiry? And are you set up to take online applications? That could be kind of a big thing this year. I looked up all of our units recently. 50% of our units have what appears to be an updated pen, a good looking pen. 47% have a pen that really needs some work. And I'll show you guys some examples of that. 3% of our units do not have a pen, or they have a pen that has completely incorrect information, or a website that is no longer working anymore, but the link is still there. So please take a little bit of time before we really get into fall recruiting to check your pens and get those updated. So if you are a prospective parent and you look at beascout.org, because again, National is providing Google Ads, so they're going to see that. This is what 47% of our unit pins look like. Pack number, and I didn't use one of our unit pins. So this is from Lithopolis, Ohio. And it has maybe they have dents for boys and girls, parent knows that, and then they can request more information. If you're looking at pins, would you choose to call this unit or this one? And this is one of ours, Troy Kniley. He always has great updated information on his BScout.org. We have an address. We know where this unit is. We have a contact information, a name, a phone number, an email address, a website that works. Plus, we can click a button and request more information. And we can apply now if we actually just want to apply. He also puts some taglines in. We have a great summer program. Parents want to hear this type of stuff as opposed to this. Okay, so take some time. I cannot stress how important it is to do this. If you don't know how to update your pen, there are links that will be provided in the Fall Recruiting Leader Guide that you'll get at your district kickoffs. So last year we did a one-night school night. Obviously this year we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to focus on virtual recruitments, individual unit events, and hopefully some community events. Our council virtual recruitment night is Thursday, September 3rd, and that's via a Zoom, just like this. except we will be targeting the public for this. Once I get this event on our council Facebook page, please advertise it. You guys are the best marketers that we have, so encourage your Scout parents to share it. This is some of the best ways for us to advertise. So we need to get as many people that are not in Scouts to go to this event. I will also have paid advertising out there, but again, you guys are the best marketers for us. The second, save a date. So the Boy Scouts of America, the National BSA, recently ran a Family Fun Fest. I think it was August 8th. They are planning another one on September 12th. Once this comes up, again, please, please, please share this. This was a super fun event. It's interactive. I think it was only a couple hours, and they had a lot of special guests. They had an astronaut there that was talking to the kids. They had a winner to like a junior chef contest, and he was there showing how to make edible dog biscuits, and it was just a lot of fun. I know the kids were able to vote on certain outcomes, so it's very interactive. They're doing this specifically to help units recruit, so take advantage of it and make sure you're sharing these to your social media pages and inviting your friends to check it out. So what will your unit's recruiting event look like? This is where we need to get creative. Do you want to do an open house? Let's get creative with the name if we're going to do that. One suggestion was to have a drive-up sign-up event. So preferably that's in a school parking lot, if you can get permission for that. And how that would look would be you would have drive-up stations. So station 1 is a welcome station. Station 2 is what we do. Make sure you have your pack information sheet ready. This is what our pack does. This is how you sell your pack. Station 3, you would send your parents to their specific den, and the den leader would be there to welcome them and answer any questions. And then station 4 is checkout. This is where you collect your dues. You sell your pack t-shirts if you have them, and provide information for the next meeting. So that's an idea. But I really want you guys to be creative in what you're doing, and then let us know. Please also check with your schools. So if you can, I know we have one school already signed up to go to their school open house in a couple weeks, which their school is still having an open house. So they're able to set up a table there. Contact your school now to see if they're going to have that open house and if they're going to let outside visitors come into that open house. That's kind of the big thing this year. Some schools are just not going to allow outside visitors to come in. Another option, if your school's not allowing outside visitors to come in, is to see if you have a parent or leader in your pack that works for the schools. They may allow them to go in and do like a school talk for you, or go to your school's open house. Any kind of materials that you need for that, we can certainly provide you with. So once you guys decide what your event is, what we're going to do, fill out a form. It's later on in the leader guide packet, and we will be able to customize these flyers that you're seeing on the screen. And then I will also be able to geofence or advertise your event on social media. We have free yard signs. We'll talk a little bit more about yard signs in a minute. Onboarding packets, we will have those. And again, we're providing the council recruitment event. This is for your benefit, so use that to advertise and try to recruit more kids to your pack. So yard signs. We have a MVC Signs Up campaign starting on August 17th that will run for 1 month. August 17th to September 17th, free yard signs. Take a unique photo or video, make this fun. Take a unique photo or video with your yard sign. There's a couple, pictures as an example. we don't just have Cub Scout signs, we also have Scouts BSA signs, and you guys are included in this contest as well. So Lions, Tigers, and Wolves will receive some science kits for every, or for, you take a picture, send that in, and Lions, Tigers, Wolves will receive those. And Bears, Webelos, and Scouts BSA will receive a free pocket knife. So have fun with that. Let's really try to make those pictures and videos unique. The more unique, the more, the more traffic it's going to get, the more people are going to see it. Also, if you could, share your video or your sign or your picture to your social media, hashtag MVC signs up. That's how I can see it. But also please email your photo or video to me, and my email address is also provided in the leader's guide as well. So that way we can make sure we get your prize to you. Okay, so community roundups. We do hope to hold several community roundups, probably later on in September. We need some volunteers for this. We need you to reach out to us if you're willing to help get a community roundup in your community. We need to get these going so that people can see that scouting's still alive, still well, that we can still do stuff outside and still have fun. So if you're interested in helping us with that, please reach out to your district executive, Ed, or myself. In the back of your leader's guide that you'll get at your district kickoffs, there's an order form for your flyers, a number of flyers, any kind of special instructions for your flyers. So please fill those out and get those in as soon as you can. That way we can get working on your materials, and I can get working on advertising your event online. Okay, and that will be paid advertising. So we really want to focus in on getting that advertised done early enough to make your event the most successful event that we can. And that's all I have. Thank you very much. Any questions, remember to type in that chat box.
Okay, with that, I want to turn it over to Ed Wolfel, who's going to come over here and. Oh, he's got a mic. Okay. Ed Wolfel is our council training chairman, and he's going to talk a little bit about how you can have your meetings and scouting activities safely, and some of the rules and protocols in place to make sure that you can do this. We want people to feel comfortable being involved and active in scouting programs. Ed. How do I get rid of this? There's stop share. Okay. It's all you, Ed.
So the Muscatine Valley Council has authorized unit meetings and activities within the following parameters. Units must obtain permission to meet from their chartered organization. Units must follow current state and national mandates. Older adults and people of any age who have serious underlying medical conditions are at the highest risk. They should not participate in any scouting activities without consulting their healthcare provider. Pack, troop, and crew meetings and events must be carefully planned to keep dens and patrols separate throughout the meeting event. Current limits on gatherings are Ohio 10, West Virginia 25. Unit leaders should follow state guidelines on gatherings, as these numbers can change frequently. Masks and face coverings must be worn indoors, and anytime 6 feet of social distancing is not possible. Hand sanitizer or hand washing should be made available and used frequently. When camping, we strongly encourage 1 scout per tent. Cub Scouts may tent with their own family members. All youth protection and guide to safe scouting rules must be followed. All participants, adults and youth, should screen for COVID-19 symptoms. Any person with any symptom or temperature of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit must not be allowed to participate. Do you have new or worsening symptoms of possible COVID-19 infection? They would include cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, diarrhea, feeling feverish or having a temperature, again, greater than 100.4, or known close contact with a person who is lab confirmed to have COVID. Those again are the guidelines. Anyone who had the opportunity to go to camp this summer knows that getting our scouts together and getting them outside is the best option and what we really need to do right now with them. Fall is coming. It's a great opportunity to get out and get them active with popcorn, but more importantly, with their units. I think our boys and girls need each other more and us now than in years past. This is a great time for scouting to really grow. The last thing I would like to share is that in September, on the weekend of the 18th, 19th, and 20th, we will have the Outdoor Leader Experience Weekend for the second time up at MBSR. This is an opportunity for Cub and Scout leaders and Scouts BSA leaders to come up and get their outdoor leader training. It'll start placed on Friday evening with registration. We begin that night, finish up Sunday morning with chapel. The cost is $40. Registration will be on Black Pug. So again, this is a great opportunity for leaders to get their outdoor required training to ensure that you can get your scouts outside and trained leaders are with them. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ed. And again, as with most of the things we've talked about this evening, if you visit our website, you will find, where's it at here? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Visit the website right here under Reboot 2020 with these materials. You see the Fall Recruitment Leader Guide, the recruitment video that we tried to show you, the Signs Up Yard Contest, yard sign contest, the Popcorn Leader Guide, and what Ed just talked about, those safety protocols.